right, so we have this question here. We have to get the value of the closing inventory using Avco, which is the average costing method. So the first thing you do with this type of questions, first look for any opening inventory. All right, if there's opening inventory, put it in. So here we have our opening inventory of 50 units at this has to be 20 kwacha, not 2 kwacha. Because I remember when I used 2 kwacha, we were getting weird values. So opening inventory at 20 kwacha. So you come here. All right, they haven't given us a date. So here you're just going to put under balance section here. All right. The quantity is 50 units. Okay, each of these 50 units costed 20 kwacha each. So the value of your opening inventory, 50 times 20, 1,000 kwacha. I believe there are no questions there. Any questions? Okay, the next transaction. Purchased 20 units at 20 kwacha on the first. So you come here on the first. Purchase 20 units at 20 kwacha. 20 times 20, 400. So colleagues, always take note. Every time there are purchases, this is where this is where you divide up the inventory for FIFO and LIFO. But for average costing, this is where you're going to now tabulate the average cost of the goods. Okay, so here we first got 50 units valued at 20 kwacha each. Total value is 1,000. Then we brought in now 20 units valued at 20 kwacha. So the value is 400. Okay, so you're going to get the total number of units 50 plus 20, 70. You get the total value of inventory 1,000 plus 400, 1,400. Then to get the average cost, okay, the average cost is just the total amount divided by the quantity or the amount of inventory. So here we're just going to do 1,400 divided by 70, which would give us, I think, 20. Yeah, 1,400 divided by 70, that is 20. Yes. Any questions? I put a zero there on top, sir. I put a zero. Okay. Last time when I was doing it with two, it wasn't flowing. Just to put it wasn't flowing. Oh, that's the one you posted in the group. Okay. Okay, colleagues, should we use 220s? Okay. Yeah. It was a typo error on my part. Okay. That's why I put 20 here. Yes, yes. Yes. So every time there's a uh-huh. Mhm, mhm. Oh, wait. Oh, that time those totals were using them since wanted to, I think we're calculating the profit. I think we're calculating. But first, wait, let me understand your question. Your question is that when you're doing the calculations, should you show them on the table or outside the table? Mm. Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, this part here. You can show your workings on the table. I think that would be, it will make life easy. Just show your workings on the table, so because the only calculation is just this division here. Like for Avco, the only calculation that you'll be doing is this one here. So just you can just show it on the table. Excuse me. No. they'll know, sir, because the one who's marking you has to know what this process is. So they're going to know. Okay, sir, they are going to know. But if you want to be on the safe side, okay, if you want to be on the safe side, just in case maybe that day they've hired someone who doesn't know cost accounting, they've just given you this is the answer sheet. You can do your tabulations here. You put in brackets here, okay, 50 plus 20, 70. 1000 plus 400, 1400. You can do that, sir. Any other question? Mm-hmm. 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 Yes. Mm-hmm. 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 The average cost. Yes, yes. When you have a purchase or an issue, you're going to just use this average cost that you've tabulated. You're not going to see which was the one that came in first or which one came in last. You're going to value it at this average cost. Mm-hmm. Avco. Avco. Yes. Eh, colleagues. Eh, ma. Oh, nothing. Mm, mm. Eh, no, that's why I like questions. When you ask questions, at least it shows we are moving somewhere. Okay, it shows we are moving somewhere. Now, when you are quiet, I do not know. Okay, so colleagues, are we all okay with this? Madam Betha, Madam Florence. Uh huh. Okay, okay. Mm, okay. We made a purchase. Okay, Mr. Foster, we made a purchase. Okay, first initially we started with 50 units. Okay, sir? We started with 50 units in our shop. Then we've brought in 20 more units. So now we want to find what is the average cost of all the units in the shop. So have you seen the way I divided them like this? Then I total up. I get the total quantity 50 plus 20, 70. The total value of the inventory 1000 plus 400, 1400. Then now I just want to calculate the average cost. Hmm. Yes, he gave us 70. Yes, that's how. Mhm. You start with adding the quantity 50 plus 20 equals 70. Then you add the total value 1000 plus 400, 1400. Once you've got the total amount and the total quantity, this is how you get your average cost. You just divide. Uh huh. Which phone? Hey! Yeah, you're observant. Mhm. I was using this stores ledger to give an example of someone who sells phones using this same inventory value. Yes, we've got good observers. Okay, colleagues, let's see. The second, we purchased 30 units at 18 kwacha each. So you come here, purchases, that's the third. 30 units at 18 kwacha. 30 times 18. Colleagues, what's 30 times 18? 540. Okay, so we repeat the process again. We had 70 units valued at 20. Okay, well, we'll start from here. Okay, this is where we're starting from. 70 units valued at 20, total value 1,400. We brought in 30 units valued at 18, 540. Okay, so we get our total quantity 70 plus 30, 100. 1,400 plus 540, that is 1,940. Okay, so we tabulate our average cost. You're going to say the total cost 1,940 divided by 100 units. That's going to give us 19.4. Any questions? So with Avco, always leave to two decimal places, okay? Because if you sometimes you'll get a lot of decimal places. Do not use those lot of decimal places. No, just use to two decimal places. It will make your life easier. Okay. Uh-huh. Which things exactly? Oh, they'll tell you. They'll tell you in the question. They'll tell you yes, and usually they specify. They'll tell you to use all three. Yes, most of the times, majority of the time, they'll tell you all three. No, 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 no. This is one by one. I think so. Yeah, I think yeah that maybe they might tell you one. Yes, and usually I think if they have to tell you one, I would bet most of the times they'll tell you to use Avco. But just know three of them so that you're on the safe side. Okay. Or once you know FIFO, then you know LIFO and vice versa. Once you know LIFO, you also know FIFO. I can move on. Issued 20 units on the 3rd. So you just come here, the 3rd. We issued how many units? 20 units. Value them at the average cost 19.4. Okay. 20 times 19.4. Sorry, just repeat that again. 388. Okay, so we initially had 100 units. We've sold 20, so we remain with 80 units valued at 19.4. 80 times 19.4. Okay. Any questions, colleagues? 100, we had initially 100, then we've issued 20, so it means we remain with 8. That's where the 8 is coming from. Go to the next transaction. Issued 15 units. Valued them at the average cost 19.4. 15 times 19.4, 291. So initially we had 80. We issued out 15. So 80 minus 15, that is 65. 65 times 19.4, 1261. 1261. Okay. Any questions? Uh-huh. Mm. In real life, you can't issue more than you have. You'll be caught for fraud, sir. That is what will happen. You'll be caught for fraud. Mhm. Mhm. You're talking about the FIFA. You're talking about the FIFA if I posted. Uh-huh. Mhm. Maybe you're referring to maybe the FIFA LIFO processes. I think you're referring to either one of those. Yeah. Do not apply FIFO and NIFO here on Avco, okay? You'll get confused and everything. Avco is independent of those two. Or go through it. Yeah, go through it. Then you can just tell, mark the time mark. You can say, okay, sir, at this time mark, so that I can review the video. Uh huh. You're welcome. Yeah, yeah. Thank you, Madam Chair. You are the chair of the class, Madam. Thank you, Madam Chair. Yeah. So, Mr. Twambo, when you watch it, just let me know, okay? And just tell me the time mark. Our address on that. Yes. You're welcome, sir. Okay. On the 5th, purchased 10 units at 15 kwacha, 150 here. All right. So, whenever there's a purchase, we're doing the same process we're doing. 65 plus 10, that is 75. 1,261 plus 150, that should be, colleagues, 1,261 plus 150. 1,400. The last numbers. Huh? Okay, okay. I never had the 11 parts. Okay, so the average cost going to say 1,411 divided by 75. What do I get? 18.8. Yes. Is there a transaction afterwards from this one? Okay. So yes, this is the value of the closing inventory here, 1,411. That is the value of closing inventory. Any questions? Wait, say that question again. Yes, 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 yes. No, there's no way it's indicated. But as you said, yes, when you just add the for the last when you get the last transaction, the last figures, you just add them up, and that is your value of closing inventory. Even with FIFO and LEAF, the same will be done with them also. The last values you have there, you just total them up. That is the value of closing inventory. So I would say it's the same across all of them because the FIFO and LEAF, if there were two different batches or maybe three different batches, you still add the total of those batches as your value of closing inventory. I like that you pay close attention to things. So, madam, the reason why it's decreasing is notice the cost price of these inventories also decreasing. Remember, first 20, then 18, then 15. So the average cost will start falling. But if let's say if the next batch that was purchased will be at a higher price, we can see it will increase. Hmm. Hmm. Yes, yes. Yes, madam. This one you use this format, madam. For the closing inventory, it's this number here, sir. The value of closing inventory. No, we're looking for the value of the closing inventory. The average cost is just to tell you it's just telling you which process to use basically. At least ending part, yes. But the process here is different because we're getting average cost. Or what did you mean first? Maybe let me ask, what do you mean when you say everything is the same? On what do you mean when you say everything is the same? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm. Very correct. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yes. Mm. 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 Wait, wait. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Wonderful. Wonderful. Now, I've just been hearing only Madam Sylvia, Madam Geraldine, Mr. Chimunya, Mr. Twambo, and Mr. Vincent. How about the others? Madam Betha, Madam Florence, Mr. Boniface, who else? Oh, okay, okay, okay. Mr. Twambo, yes. He's asleep right now. And you know, when you go to sleep, that's what you dream about. Even if you go to sleep like right now, you start dreaming about these stone ages. So, who had another question? Because I've posted the question on the group. Are you willing to do that question as a group in your spare time? I don't know. Madam Sylvia, are you willing to tackle that question where you and Madam Geraldine will be the ones leading during the presentation? Hey, Mr. Foster, should I make a link for you at 23 hours? Oh, wait, actually, hold on. We have a class with the second years in this same topic. You can stay in. Have a this same topic. Mm. Yes, my next class with the second years is this same topic here. Uh, what I wa- I'm going. Okay, what I'm doing the second years is different. So that question that's been posted on the group, I don't know. I don't know when people be ready to do it as a group. Maybe that question ask your colleagues here. I'll be. We can the next accounts class. I can be there as you're doing it as a group because we don't want to eat into other courses. So maybe